Hello, good evening, everybody. I want to appreciate everybody for coming for today's class. My name is Godpa Ejahegbe, and I'm a Forex coach. And to the glory of God, I'm also a life trainer. So, what we actually do here is we actually teach people how to trade in the financial market such that it will be easy for you to make your profits. And most times we have so many ideas about Forex. But the truth is, are we really benefiting from the market? So the main intent of this training is actually to walk you through and to see you on how to make very good money in the financial market. So let's start. What do we actually have for today? I'm sharing my screen right now. For today, we are going to talk about introduction to Forex trading. We look into exchange rates. They will now talk about fundamental, technical, and sentimental analysis. That's for today. Today is just mainly the intro part. So the good thing about it is, if you are new into the Forex market, good luck, because you will definitely learn it from the scratch. Then what we'll be doing for tomorrow, which is day 2, tomorrow we'll look into pips, lots, leverage. We look into charting softwares, brokers, and traders. And when we talk about traders, we look into what? Swing, position, scalp, day, algorithmic traders, event-driven traders, so on and so forth. This is what we'll be doing for day 2. Now, what do we have for day 3? Day 3 is MetaTrader 4 and 5, partial closing. We look into trade stopping. We look into swing trading. We look into hedging. For the last day, which is the 4th day, we look into my fxbook.com. We dive into investing.com. We look into forexfactory.com. BWAP, false breakout. So please, just stay tuned all through the while we'll be having this training and enjoy this beginner's class. So let's start. What exactly is Forex? What exactly is Forex? Forex is commonly known as foreign exchange and is the largest financial market where currencies are bought, sold, and exchanged for one another. Unlike the stock market, it has no centralized exchange and transactions are performed over the counter. That is, participants trade with one another with worldwide network of banks, brokers, and other financial institutes. Class, Forex is just a simple analysis, and the analysis is that it's simply when you buy and sell in the financial market. So many people will be wondering, what are buying and selling? You are buying currencies and you are also selling currencies. Are you with me? And Forex, one beautiful thing about Forex is that any transaction you make, you can decide to make your withdrawals that same day. Yes, very possible. I will tell you this with the help of the brokers, which can help you do this. People have asked severally, how much is actually dropped daily in the financial market to trade with? We have virtually $5 to $5.2 trillion that is dropped in the Forex market for trading daily. But the question is, how much will you and I profit from? How much are we going to gain in a day in the financial market? That is dependent on how much you deposit into the Forex market. Are you with me? That is dependent on how much we deposit into what? The Forex market. Are you with me? So now let's proceed. As Forex is a global market and it's traded 245, Bitcoin, I have a very good idea of Bitcoin, and so many people do. Bitcoin is traded 247, meaning that it is traded from Mondays to Fridays. Are you with me? Meaning that what? It is traded from what? From Mondays to Fridays. Now, if you look at the financial markets, the financial market usually goes from Monday to Friday. And when we say Monday to Friday, you actually trade Mondays, Tuesdays down to Friday. You never trade the Forex market on Saturdays and Sundays. But the Forex pairs, of course, you do. Now, what sections or what time zone are we looking at? We're looking at London, New York, Tokyo, Zurich, Frankfurt, Hong Kong, Singapore, Paris, and Sydney. Are you with me? And the specific time and the trading sections we're looking at are the Asia, European and American section. I mean, these are the greatest trading sections in the financial market. Are you with me? So one key thing you should always note is it is traded Mondays to Fridays. It goes, but Bitcoins are being traded from Mondays to Sundays. Should I tell you something shocking? Should I tell you something like surprising? Bitcoin goes Saturday to Sundays, from Monday, Saturday to Sundays. You can actually trade Bitcoin in the financial markets. Let's proceed. Now, looking at my screen, what exactly do you do? You either buy or you sell. I repeat, you either buy or you sell. When you see that bullish icon there, that's a symbol. The green one is an indication that you buy in the financial market. And for the white, which is the bear, you sell in the financial market. Are you with me? You know, on TradingView platform, so many people like to use the green as the bull. Some people use blue. Why for the white? Some people can, for the sell rather, people can use white or they use what? Red. Are you with me? Let's proceed. Who trades Forex? Who trades Forex? I'm going to categorize this in 4 sections. The major parts that trade Forex are the central banks. What are examples of central banks? We have the European central banks. We have the Central Bank of Nigeria. We have the Bank of England. We also have the Bank of Canada. And not the sub-body that also trade Forex are the commercial banks. The commercial banks are EcoBank, Keystone Bank, Polaris Bank, Guarantee Trust Bank, and JP Morgan's. I think they also trade the financial markets. Another body that looks into the financial markets are the investment managers, multinational corporations, individual investors. Who are the individual investors? The individual investors are you and I. You and I that we simply trade our money in the Forex markets. Are you with me? For instance, how much do we really have to trade with in the financial markets? These bodies come together and they will help us in trade. Like for instance, in those days, our forefathers never knew anything about Forex. Are you with me? They never knew anything about Forex. So in that case, what happened? We had recent days, as of 2005, MetaTrader 4 was designed. 2013, MetaTrader 5 was designed. And these platforms are exactly what we use to trade in the financial markets. Are you with me? These platforms are exactly what we use to trade in the financial markets. So this helps us a lot in trading. Are you with me? Only God knows when MetaTrader 6 will be designed. But I have the feelings that it will be designed very soon. Are you with me? All this, they help us in trading the financial markets. Are you with me? Now, I prepared a flow chart that shows you how trading occurs in the financial institute. Look at the center of that chart. You see the central bank. If you look at around it, you see major banks, commercial banks. All these ones are the subordinate banks, like the Eco Bank, the Keystone Bank, the Guarantee Trust Bank, Zenith Bank. All these are the subordinates to the central banks. The market makers are the brokers. They are we. Are you with me? They are those that gives us the access to trade. That's why if you look at the flow chart, you see retail traders. The retail traders must access the market makers to access the banks. You cannot go to the bank and tell them you won't start trading Forex. I mean, that's so weird. And they'll be wondering what's probably happening to this man. You only access all of these financial markets with your brokers. Are you with me? So let's proceed. Now, there are 2 parts I'm going to talk about. A currency is a fiat a country spends. What is a fiat? A fiat is a note which you spend. For instance, in Nigeria, we spend Naira. In European countries, they spend Europe. In United States, they spend United States dollars. And cents is exactly what they spend as kobo. The way we will spend kobo here, unfortunately, we don't even spend kobo these days. Are you with me? So this is how it is. Now, that same currency is split into 2. It's split into what? The base currency is also split into what? The quote currency. The base currency is the first listed currency of the currency pair. Are you with me? The base currency is the first listed currency of a currency pair. And the quote currency is the second listed currency of a currency pair. Are you with me? So what am I saying in essence? If you look at my chart here, I have Euro USD. The first currency pair, the base currency is Euro, and the quote currency is USD. Look at the other one, GBP AUD. The base currency is GBP, and the AUD is what? The quote currency. The next one is what? XAU USD. XAU is the base currency, and USD is the quote currency. Are you with me? So these are exactly how currency pairs they come about. So if you are not good in analyzing currency pairs, if you don't know which one is base currency, quote currency, if you don't know when to buy and sell, how can you profit in the markets? Are you with me? How can you profit in the market? So you must have a very good idea of what the base currency and the quote currency. For instance, like I said previously, the base currency is Euro and the quote is USD. Now, the base currency for GBP is the base currency, AUD is the quote currency. The next one is what? XAU USD. The base currency is XAU and the quote currency is what? USD. So let's proceed, class. I'd like to talk about exchange rates. Exchange rates is the rate at which one currency will be exchanged for another. It is regarded as the value of one country's currency in relation to another country's currency. Welcome, welcome, those coming in. Welcome, I appreciate you for coming. When we believe that one currency will rise against another currency, we buy. And when we believe that and we sell the weak currency. And that reason why exchange rate moves so fast may result to based on multi-billion naira company that needs to convert large amounts of money into another currency. Are you with me? Now, let me just come in quickly. Now, I'm going to use a currency pair. Please forgive me. I'm going to use some values, even though they are not the real values, but it's just an example so that you can understand it. Now, look at my screen. Right here, I have Euro USD. I have Euro USD. Let's say the exchange rate for Euro USD. Let's say the exchange rate for Euro USD is 1.25420. Now, what exchange rate means is the combination of the fiats, what they give to. For instance, let's say Euro is, I'm assuming please, let's say Euro is 800 and USD is 500. Let's do a short mathematics here. Maybe I should even erase this previous one. Let's say Euro is 800 and USD is what? 500. So in this case, let's do our mathematics quickly. 800 divided by 500, do your mathematics, that will give you 1.6000. Are you with me? That gives you what? 1.6000. So if this is 1.6000, so it means at the moment, this is the exchange rate for this financial market. Are you with me? It means that's the exchange rate for this financial market. But what if maybe somebody calls me at that? Okay, Mr. Power, Euro has increased in the market to 900. Are you with me? Euro has increased the market to 900. So that will virtually be what? 900. Note, what was affected was the base currency to 500. And also note, my point of concentration here is the base currency. I am not saying that as it increases to 900, there won't be a decrement. There can be a decrement, but I'm concentrating more on this. So what will be my mathematics? Do that mathematics, you have 1.8000. So in this case, because there was an increment in Euro from 800 to 900, what will you do? You buy in this case. You enter this market as a buy. Are you with me? You enter this market as a buy. But what if the reverse is the case? Let's say, for instance, Euro dropped to what? 700. 700 slash 500. So when you have 700 slash 500, then it means that 700 slash 500 will surely give you what? Do your mathematics very well. When zero cancels zero, this is 1 point. Remember that 2, that's 1.4000. So if you observe carefully, you notice that since euro has dropped, what do you do for this exchange rate? This will go for what? A sell. I think this will go for a sell. So in other words, whenever a buy is occurring on a particular currency pair, are you with me? Whenever a buy is occurring at a particular currency pair, it means that the best currency has increased. Did you take note of that? I repeat, when a buy occurs in the currency pair, it means that the base currency has increased. When a sell occurs in a currency pair, it means that what? The base currency has what? Reduced. Please take note of that. And that's why when you go, I will talk about pips tomorrow. That's why when you check the chart, you notice that the values are fluctuating. Why? Because there has been an increment upward and there has been a decrement downwards. Are you with me? So that is that as regards exchange rate. That is that as regards exchange rate. So let's proceed, please. The next one I'd like to talk about here is fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis is a way of looking at the forex market by analyzing economic, social, and political forces that may affect the currency price in the market. And the idea behind this type of analysis is that if a country's current or future economic outlook is good, its currency should strengthen. Before I continue, please, we have a YouTube channel. Please, for you to get updates on these kind of things, please try and subscribe, like, so that YouTube will probably share to other people who need this knowledge. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll be dropping this recorded video on my channel and these PDFs I'm analyzing. I'll drop it for you people, I promise you all. So now, that fundamental is a way of looking at the first market by analyzing economic, social, political forces that may affect currency prices. The idea behind this type of analysis is that if a country's current or future outcome is good, its currency should strengthen. Are you with me? The better shape a country's economy is, the more foreign businesses and investors invest in that country. Let's give a very good example here. US is a very good example of a good economy. You agree with me? Because the economy is good and people usually go there to invest. And as they invest, it affects the forex market positively. Are you with me? For instance, there are some countries that are experiencing some kind of pandemonium, terrible one, or probably they have riots or war. When you go, nobody wants to go to such country to invest. So because of that, the financial market is drifting gradually. That's why if you are not good in this business, if you trade some currency pairs, you regret ever trading those currency pairs. I'm talking from experience. As I am, the major pairs I trade in the financial market are the major currency pairs. I can give you proofs. They are the major currency pairs. And the major currency pairs are GBP-USD, AUD-USD, NZD-USD, USD-CHF, a lot of them. All of GBP-AUD, all of these pairs, they are the major currency pairs and you should always trade them. Don't worry. As we continue in the class, I will give you, I will show you consistent things and why you should always trade these currency pairs. When you trade these pairs, you are at peace. Are you with me? So let's proceed. The next one is technical analysis. Technical analysis is a study of price charts on a particular asset, and there are many ways of identifying patterns in the market. But most technicians will focus on the following. One, tools. What tools am I talking about? We are talking about drawing tools like trend lines, horizontal lines, Fibonacci level, so on and so forth, moving average, MACD. They focus on Williams percent ratio. They focus on a parabolic SAR. All these tools helps in the financial markets. I tell you something today. If you know how to analyze the forex markets, hey, these some people are saying that I am losing, I'm losing. It will never be your part. I'm sure of that. After all, I'm a good testifier. I can testify to what I just said. Are you with me? When you know how to trade the financial markets, your win will be more. I can guarantee you that. See, one thing about me is I will not come here and lie. That's me. If anybody ever tells you that come and learn Forex trading. You will never lose. You better run. That is not true. That is not true, because even the robots, if you think it's a lie, you can test it, you can quote me here wrong. Even the robots, they fail sometimes. Are you with me? So if the robots fail, then why can't humans fail? Are you with me? So if robots should fail, why can't humans fail? So I can still stand and tell you that in the financial market, if there will be a loss, I can beat my chest and tell you to just be a 5% loss. And your win will be 95%. And also, if you are consistent with this training, there are new strategies. These ones are still very, very fresh. There are new strategies you can use to win and milk out that profit in the market. This one is even more than a robot. This one is even more than a robot that I can teach you, you can use to win in the financial market. So let's proceed. Now, the last one is sentimental analysis. Sentimental analysis is the process of identifying position of traders. See, I will tell you something today. Sentimental analysis are those analyses that a trader will use to predict. Should I go for a buy? Should I go for a sell? Are you with me? I used to remember when I used to be a newbie in Forex. I will go to investing.com. I'll be picking trades based on sentimental analysis. I'll be picking trades because somebody has spent 25 years in the financial market. He has a better idea. That's a big lie. I can boldly tell you that if you're a baby in Forex market, even me that have spent years in it, you can outsmart me. Are you with me? Why? Because you have your own strategy that works perfectly for you. You get it? So anybody can be a boss in this business. This is not an apprentice job whereby Oga is there and the people that just came in to learn, they are there. No, anybody can smart than any other person, because why? You have a good strategy that works for you. Thank you. So this is the screenshot of the sentimental analysis I was trying to talk about. This is a screenshot of the sentimental analysis I was trying to talk about. And look at it. If you look at it, on the bullish part, it was a net long. On the bearish part, it was a short. The bullish part, you have a bullish part, and you can see whenever it's bullish, it has a greater percentage. That's an indication that what? You should enter that market as a buy. Whenever it's bearish and you have another percentage, it means that you enter the market as what? As a sell. So let me quickly revise on what I've done today. The first one I did was introduction to Forex market. I gave analysis. I told you that in the Forex market daily, that $5 to $5.2 trillion is dropped daily in the financial markets. I showed you a chart, which is the buy and the sell. I told you when it's bullish, you either use the green or the blue. When it's bearish, they use the white or the red color. The next one I talked about was who trade Forex. I gave you 4 sections. I told you about the central bank, commercial banks, investment managers, and hedge funds. I later dived into the multinational corporations. I talked about individual investors. For those that are just coming in, welcome. We've been in the class since 8. Sorry, network has been so bad to some people, but no problem. I will drop the recorded video on my channel. Please, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. When you subscribe, you always get updates on what is coming up. Then, the next one I talked about was the flow chart. I showed you how the central banks have the greater edge in the financial market. I showed you how the central banks, they have a very great edge in the financial market. I told you about the commercial banks. I talked about the market makers, the brokers. I also talked about the retail traders. And I told you that the retail traders, they are you and I. You and I that can only enter the market through the brokers. That is why whenever you register with a broking firm, they will always introduce you to MT4 and MT5. MT4 and MT5 is the intermediary or the third party between you and the financial market. Are you with me? I dived into exchange rates. No, sorry. I went into currencies. I talked about the base currency and the put currency. I said that Euro is the base currency and USD is the put currency. I also said GBP is the base currency, and AUD is the quote currency. I talked about gold. XAUUSD is the base currency, and USD is the quote currency. I now dive into exchange rates. I gave a short analysis. I talked about the rate when you buy and when you sell. I dived into the fundamental analysis. I talked about it. I talked about how the economy can affect the analysis, the forex market. Remember when we had coronavirus? So many countries went down. I can tell you today that in the financial market, of course, Mr. Joshua, well done, sir. Good evening, sir. I will surely drop the PDF I am using to teach. And I will also drop my video on my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to that channel. Please subscribe to that channel so I always get updates. Sometimes, apart from this training I give, I even update some things on my channel, which also helps people. Oh, you're welcome, Mr. Samuel. You're welcome, sir. Then I also talked about the fundamental analysis. I dived into technical analysis. I said technical analysis is when you use tools to make analysis. And I talked about sentimental analysis. So that is that for tonight's class. Before I go, and before I permit you to ask questions, I just want to say something. The financial market is not a place where you go and pack money from. Warren Buffett. Everybody knows Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is a great entrepreneur. And Warren Buffett said something. He said that the financial market is a place where the careless people go and drop money, and those that are wise will go and pick the money. It talks a lot. You know what that means? That means that you only profit in the financial market. You only profit in the financial market when you have the right strategy to trade with. Are you with me? You only profit in the financial market when you have the right strategy to trade with. Is there any question for me before I go? Is there any question, house, before I go? Is there any question before I go? Is there any question? Any question for me? I can see network is really disturbing many of my people. So sorry about that. Oh, Mr. Samuel, God bless you, sir. No question from you. Is there any other question from the other participants? Is there any question? Don't worry. I'll drop the recorded video. Please subscribe and watch. There's no crime when you watch this thing twice. Lastly, before I leave this place, there's going to be another training coming up again tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are going to go into the practicals of Forex. Please don't miss tomorrow's class for anything. Anything. Don't miss it. We are going to start exactly 8 p.m. I will drop the link for tomorrow's class tomorrow morning so that you can just register it, that we have a class by 8 p.m. Thank you so much. God bless you. See you. Bye. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.